Here we go. All right, here we have a story. Maybe it's a Sephardic story. It could be, but it's a story. A parable, sort of. A parable. How we're supposed to be waiting for Moshiach. So once there was a king, and this king loved roosters. He had a thing for roosters. A king, a genuine king, you don't ask questions about the king. The king likes roosters. You, how do you say? You agree with the king. You agree with the king. King likes roosters. In fact, roosters are pretty majestic. If you've ever seen a rooster, they have all these colors, and they sort of glow, and there's also shines in the sun. And the roosters are very sort of royal, and they have a crown on their head, and they're fierce. Anyway, this king, for whatever reasons he had, he loved roosters. So he made the emblem of his country a rooster, and he had a flag, a rooster. Anyway, he decided one day that he wants to have a portrait, a huge portrait of a rooster, and he's going to put this portrait in his chamber, his great court, so he can, opposite where he's sitting, so he can see this rooster all the time and be inspired by the rooster. I'll start the story over from the beginning. Once upon a time, there was a king that loved roosters. Somebody new just came in. He loved roosters. He loved them and the majesty and the splendor and the color and the fierceness and the pride of a rooster. So he commissioned, he put on an advertisement world over. He wants an artist to come and draw him a picture of the rooster, and everyone who presents a picture will be given a certain amount of money, whatever. But anyone who gives the picture that he wants will be given, wealth beyond belief. So sure enough, thousands of artists from all over the world turn in their, first tries. And the king, from all those, he picks a few. And then finally he hears that among those that he picked were these famous, world famous artists. So he takes these three artists, he brings them to his hall, and he says, listen, I've sifted through thousands of pictures. Yours are the best. And I hear that you have a tremendous reputation, all three of you. So I'm going to give you, each one of you, like $1 million. But that's more than you can earn in a year. And each one's going to have his own private house. All the servants, all the materials, whatever you want. No questions asked, anything you want. for one full year or for half a year. And in that time, I want you to draw me a picture. And you tell me whenever you have a picture you think is good, you bring it to me, and I'll judge the picture. I'll judge the picture and I'll see what it is. And after a while, the king says, listen, I got a better idea. You draw pictures, whichever picture you think is the best of all of your pictures. You can work on one picture and work on that for like a half a year. Whatever picture you think is the best, we're going to have a contest in the end. Have a contest. So the king finally decides that's what he's going to do. He's going to make a contest. He's going to invite everybody around. All these great artists. Everybody is up on edge. It gets around the whole world. After a half a year comes the big day, and there's a huge stadium with like 50,000, 100,000 places. And at one end of the stadium are these three huge, massive canvases with curtains over them. And there's lighting on these canvases and everything. And so it's all filled. This place is packed. Everybody wants to see. So the announcers, they blow the trumpets. The king, his majesty, whatever his majesty, the King Ferdinand or whatever his name is, King Sheldon, he is going to judge which picture is the best. His whole life is devoted to roosters, how he loves roosters. And he's going to, the ultimate picture of the rooster will be rewarded with $100 million. And now the first, our artist from France. The drums roll like that. He approaches the picture. He says, "Your Majesty, this is for you with all of my heart. I hope that it finds favor." The drum rolls and those rolls are more and more and more. All of a sudden it stops. Drum roll stops. He pulls the cord and the curtain falls and everyone sees this picture of a rooster. You can't believe such a beautiful picture no one's ever seen. And a gasp comes out from the crowd and the king stands up and he looks, he gets off of his seat and he goes to the pit and he says, "This is truly beautiful. This is a true work of art. You truly deserve the prize, but there's two others. Let's see what they have to do. They're also great artists." I hope you agree. Of course, I agree. So again, there's the drum roll. They cover up the first picture so as not to divert anyone's attention. And the drums roll, and the drums get stronger and stronger and stronger. And the king goes back to his seat. And the drums roll more and more, and the light, there's one spotlight, whatever it is, and he pulls the string, and the curtain falls. And the second picture is even more beautiful than the first picture. And everyone gives a gasp, and some people yell out, "Bravo, bravo," and they're clapping. And the king gets close, and he said, "The first picture was beautiful, it was majestic, but I have to say that this picture appeals to me more. Nothing wrong about the first picture, but this is just fantastic. You are a true genius artist. You have touched on my very essence of my soul. You certainly deserve the prize. It's going to be very hard to decide, but I think yours is better." But now there's one more contestant. Let's see. The third artist, let's say for the sake of our story, the third is a Jewish artist. And they cover up the first two, and the drums roll, and the spotlight is on the third picture, and the drums get louder and louder and louder. And he pulls the cord, and there's nothing there. It's just a blank canvas. And everybody's talking to each other, and the king yells out, "What is this, some sort of a joke? What are you making a fool of me? I have given you money. I have given you everything." And 1 second, just one moment. One moment.